Good evening and welcome. My name is Laurel Taylor, and I have the pleasure of working here at Halifax Public Libraries in marketing and communications and in fundraising. Thank you for joining us tonight in what should be a very special evening. I would like to begin this evening by acknowledging that we and all of Halifax Public Libraries are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. The territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship that were first signed between the Mi'kmaq people and the British Crown in 1725. The treaties did not deal with surrender of land and resources. October is Mi'kmaq History Month, where we pause to acknowledge the injustices of the past and work towards a meaningful reconciliation every single day of the year. As the weather gets colder, as it certainly did this morning, and the days get shorter, it feels like a great time to fall back in love with reading. If you follow writers, readers, libraries, or booksellers, you know that fall reading is a significant industry trend. And here at Halifax Public Libraries, we love to celebrate autumn reading. And speaking of autumn reading, and with Halloween right around the corner, who loves a great mystery? We were so intrigued when Laura brought us the concept of murder by the book. At this phase, the idea didn't have a title, but it certainly captured our attention. Based on a successful model from Knowlton, Quebec, and developed in partnership with a celebrated Canadian author, Louise Penny, the idea centered on a library fundraiser that could be adapted by any public library. This personalized approach would help libraries host engaging community fundraisers to support their own public libraries. This fundraising approach was particularly relevant. Social infrastructure like public libraries are under incredible pressure right now. COVID-19 impacts and recovery have put a strain on many public services, and libraries have adapted to address these changes. Rural and urban libraries are welcoming more people every day, and our buildings and infrastructures are getting more expensive to maintain. And as a result, libraries are finding new and creative ways to stretch or extend their budgets. Future performances of Murder by the Book will create so many possibilities for community libraries in our province and across Canada. You might be wondering how else you can support your public library. Well, you can simply use your library, you can talk about your experiences, you can attend library programs like tonight, and if you want to do even more, you can dedicate your time or ask your library about how you can make a donation. Many libraries, including ours, have it listed on their website. Murder by the Book couldn't have happened without the driving force of Louise Penny. I remember when Louise toured this building shortly after it opened, and she immediately understood libraries' value, their place in communities, and how they will adapt to meet future needs. I'm sure you know she's a celebrated author. She has won the Agatha Award for Best Mystery Novel and the Anthony Award for Best Novel many times over. If you're looking to settle into a great book this autumn, Halifax Public Libraries has more than 850 Louise Penny titles in our collection. That includes ebooks, large print books, audiobooks, physical books, and even some translated copies. So there's plenty to choose from. A couple housekeeping items. If at any point in this evening you need to exit the Apollo Regan Hall, you can do so through the doors at the back. And if you need to use the washroom, they're just to your right. Look for the orange doors. So to not delay it much longer, I'm so pleased to be here tonight for the launch of Murder by the Book. This evening, you'll hear from the creators and experience a staged reading. I'm really grateful that Louise, Laura, and the Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center deeply understand libraries of all sizes and have created this amazing resource for our community. Next, Laura will share more about Murder by the Book and how you can host the fundraiser at your library or your community. Please enjoy tonight's performance.
Thank you. Thank you, Laurel. Hello, everybody. I just thought I'd tell you very briefly sort of how this whole thing came to be. Last year, Louise Penny was spearheading a fundraising campaign for Quebec's oldest library, which is in the town of Lac-Brome, which is also known as Knowlton, which is also known by some as Three Pines. Yes. And the local theater troupe was put into service to produce the play, and Louise Penny took a role. She was the victim. It was fantastic. We raised a ton of money for the library, and it was really successful and really fun. And everyone kept contacting me and Louise and the bookstore, Brome Lake Books in Knowlton, and kept asking, can we have the script? We need the script. Can we have it for our library? But unfortunately, that play was just riddled with in-jokes for 3 Pines, I mean Lac Brome. And so we were commiserating, Louise and I, and she said, it's too bad that we can't use this script. And I said, if I was smart, I would have written it with fill-in-the-blank jokes so that it could be done anywhere. And Louise said, I bet you could get a grant for that. And I thought about it, and then the next day, Louise emailed me and said, you know what, to hell with the grant. I'll give you the money. Let's do it. So that's how this whole thing came to be, and that's why we're here tonight. The simple fact is that Louise's favorite library is this library. And she's been all over the world to all the libraries, and she constantly references this library as her model. She recommends it to everybody. Follow the model of this library. So I knew that it was really important to try and produce it here, or to get these guys involved. And right away they were so supportive and so kind and helpful. And Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center, it was Laurel and Hillary and Isaac and Owen in particular, who I talk to here all the time and made a real pest of myself. And Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center administered the whole thing, figured out how to get the money from Louise to me. And then that was started by Pamela Halstead and then taken over by Santiago Guzman, who you're going to meet tonight. And we simply could not have done it without Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center. And now, not only did they do all that, they've brought some of the best actors in Halifax here tonight to do this show for you. You're going to be so happy like I am. And Playwrights Guild of Canada then also jumped on board and said they would administer my script that I'm going to offer to the library for free, to any library for free, and a producer's handbook that comes with it that explains how to do it, templates of posters and programs, everything done for free. And Playwrights Guild of Canada is going to administer that on their online play outlet, because this is how much we all love libraries, and we want to do something for them. So again, couldn't have done it without the Playwrights Guild of Canada. And there's a link, or you can just go to their website and look up this play and spread it around. Tell anyone you know who might like to do a fundraiser. It doesn't even have to be a library. If your theater troupe wants to do it and donate the money to the library, that's fantastic too. So I think that's all I wanted to say, except thank you all for coming, and thank you for celebrating libraries. Thank you to Louise Penny. She wanted to come tonight, but between New York and London, and she's got a big book tour, and Hillary Clinton is meeting her there, and there's all this stuff, she just, of course, can't zip down to Halifax to be with us. But she did record something that you'll get to hear. And now I'm going to pass it on to Santiago Guzman from Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center to take over the reading, and I will relax and just go do my job. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna fix this. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Santiago Guzman. My pronouns are he and they, and I am the interim artistic director for Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center, also known as PARC. Can you raise your hand if you know what PARC is, our organization? Great, okay. A couple of hands up. Okay, let's change that. I'm gonna tell you who PARC is and what we do. So Playwrights Atlantic Resource Center is based here in Jibuktuk, Mi'kma'ki, and we support, this is a pan-Atlantic organization that supports playwrights in all stages of their careers in the development of their plays through different programs and services. So we connect playwrights with dramaturges, so that dramaturges give some feedback and support into the next steps of writing a second draft or a final draft. We also provide different services like stage readings and support writers for them to hear their plays read out loud. So partly what you're going to see tonight is part of that exercise of having the writers listen to the words that they have penned, because something that is very important to remember is that playwrights write words that ought to be spoken. And listening to those words being read out loud is a crucial part of the development process. We also have a playwrights retreat in Sackville, New Brunswick every year, where we host up to 10 or 12 playwrights from across Atlantic Canada and beyond to continue writing scripts. And we have initiatives for IBPOC writers and professional development opportunities, networking opportunities for writers and dramaturges. And we also have a library right now in Sackville, New Brunswick, where we have collected a lot of different scripts from playwrights whose work have been published or not. So people are able to get to know some of those Atlantic Canadian plays that Park are archiving at the moment. So I'm going to tell you, now you can raise your hand if you know what Park is. See, very quick, we fixed that. And so, yeah, I want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing here tonight. So we've gathered 8 brilliant actors to help us read the script out loud. Just so you have a little bit of context, we had one reading where the actors probably met for the very first time. They said, "Hi, hello, my name is this, and my name is X, fill in the blank." And I'm reading for this part, and then we read the play, and then here we are. So these actors are brilliant, and they're very generous, and I'm really sure that they will help you understand the play as it did for us tonight. This is in the very final stages of development, so there will be some things that, later on will be tightened. But this is pretty much what Laura has been working on for the next little while, which we have supported along the way. In fact, Laura received some support from Park for her to work with Linda Moore as her dramaturg to support the development of the piece. I know I'm talking too much. I just have a few little notes. I have a couple of thank yous that I would like to pass on. Obviously, I want to thank Pam Halstead, who is here, our outgoing artistic director, who initiated this conversation with Laura a couple of years ago. I want to thank Sean Morris-Ross from ACTRA and Ruth Leggett from Canadians Actors Equity Association for helping us organize this reading. Obviously to our funders, Canada Council for the Arts, the Province of Nova Scotia, the City of Halifax, Arts NS, Arts NL, the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador, the Government of Prince Edward Island, the Government of New Brunswick, and the City of Tantramar in New Brunswick. I also want to thank some foundations, the Craig Foundation, the Black Family Foundation, the Craig Foundation, and the Access Copyright Foundation. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to be here and support other artists across the 4 Atlantic provinces. Okay. Now, this is where I introduce the actors. So I will be calling in the actors to the stage, so you will be meeting them. So I want to bring in Jim Fowler, who will be reading for Bill Quarter and Rocky Bender. We will also have Morley Austin reading for Sheila O'Coin and Mrs. P. We're going to have Daniel Ngwobi reading for Steve Quid and Walter Thruppence. We will have the amazing Laura Lewis reading for Lucy Nicol and the stage manager. We will have Josh McDonald reading for Danny Farthing and Kink Florin. We will have Luciana Fernandez reading for Hilary Schilling and Wendy Shekel. We will have Leah Pritchard reading for Sarah Sovereign and Sally Gilder. And finally, and definitely not least, we will have Mary Colin Chisholm reading for Dory Drachma, the director, and Sally. Thank you so much. Thank you. Look at all of them. Oh my God, they're gonna blow you away. Before we jump into the reading, we have a very special message. So this is the cue for the very special message, and then we're gonna jump into the reading. Thank you very much, everybody.
This is Louise Penny.
And I'm Laura Teasdale.
Thank you for coming to see Murder by the Book.
And thank you, Louise, for sponsoring me to write it so we can raise some funds for this library.
Now is the time for the extroverts in the audience to turn off their cell phones and the introverts to close their books. And please refrain from taking photos photos during the show.
Yeah, that's really distracting for the actors.
Now would also be a good time to unwrap your noisy candies.
But be quick about it. You don't want to get shushed by a whole room full of librarians.
Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy Murder by the Book.
Murder by the Book. We are in a public library which has been dressed up to make it look like a private library. Upstage center is the circulation desk with the computers, a phone, and some bags with kids' crafts. This desk will serve as a bar. A tray has some whiskey bottles and glasses on it. In front of the circulation desk, stage left, some library chairs are draped with fabric to look like a sofa and a comfy chair. Stage right, there's a small table with a script, a teapot, and teacups on it, and a couple chairs around it with a big purse on the floor beside the stage right chair. There's no door visible into the library. It is out of sight, up stage right. There are bookshelves and spinners and the usual library decor. The actors enter, get into place, and freeze in a tableau. Sally, with drink in hand, and Wendy are in front of the bar. Mrs. P is on the sofa, Rocky sits on the downstage left chair, and Walter stands near the door. Lucy, the stage manager, plays sound cues on her computer, and Dory is hidden somewhere behind the audience. At a given sound cue, they launch into the middle of the scene.
I could never say no to you, Sally.
Good.
Hands her the drink.
Have a drink and settle in. We're just waiting for my last guest, and then...
Sound cue, weird doorbell. Bing bong!
Speak of the devil.
I'll get it.
No, that's what the creepy butler is for.
I'm a lawyer.
Come on, Walter, get the door, please, just for tonight. I'll get a real butler once the house is officially mine.
Walter turns to go upstage to answer the door. He steps in front of Wendy, who screams in fear at seeing him. He goes out with a heavy sigh. We hear a door opening, then this exchange as they enter.
Well, hello, who are you?
I'm Walter Thruppence, the lawyer too.
You know, never mind, I don't actually care. Look at you all, huh? The old high school book club? Give me a B. Give me an O. Give me another O. Give me a K. And what do we got? A book. And what are we gonna do? Read it. Go book club.
Kirk!
As if you ever read a book.
I just didn't think the truth would make the best cheer. What did we have? A book. And what did we do? Got Wendy to read it and write my report. Go book club.
And the truth will set you free.
He shakes Rocky's hand.
Rocky, you old weirdo. Or you young weirdo. I mean, wow. You haven't changed. And is that Mrs. P?
Call me Linda. You haven't been my student for a very long time.
You got it, Linda. No, that just feels weird. It's Mrs. P, my favorite teacher, still kicking.
I sure am, among other displays of violence.
Yay, Kirk Florence here. It's officially a party.
Wendy, you got your braces off. Give me one of those drinks. And now, Sally Gilder, huh? The years have been good to you. You look gorgeous.
He hugs her.
Oh, I missed you, my old bestie.
But not enough to pick up the phone. Call me.
Well, the pace of life is just so fast since I moved to 9 Junipers.
Yes, but as Chaucer said, time waits for no man. Although it did wait for me once. I was hiking at the Coldbrook Trail, and time was walking up ahead of me. He just stopped and waited till I caught up. We had a great talk, shared a granola bar.
I suppose that is my cue to leave you all.
Rocky, were you licking hallucinogenic toads at Coldbrook again? Ew.
Judge not, lest ye be judged.
I'll show myself out.
Walter, stay.
Really?
Open another bottle of scotch before you go.
Wendy, still such a nervous Nellie.
Seriously, though, do you have any toad on you right now, Rocky? We might need it to get through this night.
Get through what? What are we doing?
We're having an exorcism.
No, you are not.
We're having a party.
A slumber party. Let's do makeovers.
I didn't really read the invite, but I figured we'd finally be talking about...
Walter, are you still here?
I was trying to say...
Well, away you go.
I will lock the front door on my way out. Remember, you must spend the entire night in Money Purse Manor. If anyone leaves before dawn, Miss Sally Gilder forfeits her inheritance. As someone who spends a lot of time here alone, I have some valuable advice for you. Never...
See you in the morning, Walter.
Good night, then. Sleep tight.
Walter goes.
All right. It's finally just us. Sit, sit. Everyone have drinks? Cheers to the old book club.
They all drink.
Get refills now, because who knows what will happen later?
I don't even know what's happening now.
I can sense you're wondering why I invited you all here.
She can sense it by the way we're all saying, why did you invite us here?
Well, cast your mind back, way back. We're in the library at 6 Cedars High. It's a dark, stormy school day, and we're sitting in a circle. I reach into my backpack and bring out...
She brings out a mysterious package wrapped in cloth and unwraps it.
Murder in the Haunted Mansion.
Just a lousy book?
Not just a lousy book. The lousiest book ever.
Is that the one?
The one what?
The book that inspired our vow to spend the night in a haunted mansion together.
When did we vow that?
Our very last book club meeting. We were halfway through this book, and Wendy said, "That's stupid. Only idiots would spend the night in a house knowing that they would wake up dead."
It's true. Even I know that's a cliche, and I'm barely lighterate.
That's what you said. And Rocky said, "Let's take a vow to do just that the first chance we get." Well, tonight's our chance.
I'm pretty sure Rocky said, let's do magic mushrooms first chance we get. Either way, I said just leave me out of it.
Oh, you're in it, Mrs. P. You were always in it. And as for the other events of the last book club meeting... Ah! A ghost!
Everyone looks for the ghost.
Get a grip, Wendy. That's a mirror. That's yourself.
Is this about what happened that night? Because nothing happened that night. I don't remember anything happening.
That's because nothing happened.
Absolutely nothing, and I'm sick of thinking about it all the time.
Friends. That's just it. Something did happen. And I know how we can finally put that chapter of our lives to rest. But first, we put this chapter to rest.
Opens the book.
Together we stood like a little team on a doorstep.
Licks her finger.
What do you mean, man? What do you know?
She puts her finger to her mouth in a silent shush gesture, then licks her finger again.
Together they stood like a little team on the doorstep.
She turns the page.
Beneath the huge, massive, enormous door. "Knock on it, Katie," said John. "You knock on it," said Katie. "Oh, you're chicken," said Sue, and she reached out a trembling fist when suddenly the huge, massive, enormous door flew open and...
Sally dies. Silence. Then chaos.
Sally, get up right now.
Very funny, Sally.
Wake up. She won't wake up.
She's dead. I felt at the moment her soul metamorphosed.
Mrs. P goes toward the body but trips over the purse and makes a huge calamity.
Did you check her pulse? Oh, sorry.
Freeze!
They all do.
Cut! For goodness sakes, where's my stage manager? Lucy, cut.
I don't think they say cut when it's a play.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I think they only say that when you're filming a movie, to stop filming, like cut the film.
Who's the director here?
You.
Correct, and who's the stage manager?
I'm the librarian. Can they stop freezing now?
Oh, yes, cut the freezing.
They do.
Oh, you volunteered.
I got voluntold.
To stage manage, so manage this stage right now. Clean up this mess.
Many hands make light work.
He helps Lucy clean up.
People, we have exactly 1 hour before the audience arrives.
Sarah, the actor who was Sally, suddenly sits up.
How was that? That was better, right? I can't wait to tell my private acting coach. I really intended my intentions that time.
The other actors drop character and Lucy resets any props throughout this.
Sit, quickly. I have a few notes. Yes, I think that the blocking will work better hiding the corpse upstage of the table so we can't see that Sally when she's dead.
Thanks, everyone, for changing that for me. I just couldn't stop all the sneezing. It's the cheap carpet. It's a trigger.
And all the laughing.
Yes, that. Well, it's just so silly when Rocky says, she's dead, all right. Dead as a doornail from a huge, massive, enormous door.
Do you have another problem with the script?
A mouthful of nice is the tastiest spice.
I'd say bravo, Miss Sovereign. For her first time on stage, I think she's doing a marvelous job.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
It's Steve. My name is Steve.
Oh, no doubt. She is wonderful, and we're ever so lucky to have her. But we have 1 hour to fix this blocking and get dressed. So who are you calling?
My acting coach, and my hairdresser, and my makeup artist.
We do all that stuff ourselves. This isn't the Neptune, you know?
I've never done my own makeup before.
Well, why would you? You don't need it.
Sam, flattery will get you nowhere. I meant everywhere. Well, if it's good enough for the common folk, I will do it all myself too.
May the playwright give a note?
No, I haven't given my
Please don't ad-lib. A playwright pours just as much attention over every word of a script as, say, Madame Bovary did when writing her great classics, The Colour Purple and Catch-22. So stick to the text.
Oh, God. All right. I'll give my notes, and then we can quickly run the scene.
Director, can I have a moment to get real with the peeps?
We don't have time.
Great. You lot have made me feel just like one of you, and I want to say thank you. I auditioned for 23 shows with the Two Spruce players, but somehow I never got a role. It hurt. And cost me many sessions on my hypnotherapist's couch, believe me. If Dory hadn't decided to do this murder mystery as a fundraiser for the library, I would still be that frustrated caterpillar waiting in the wings, yearning to break free of its cocoon and take flight onto the blossom of center stage.
Mixed metaphors much?
They're crazy. You were born for the stage.
My friends and I used to think only poor people went to libraries, like thrift stores and jail. But not anymore. And my hypnotherapist gave me this tip whenever I feel anxious about being around so much affordable furniture or clothing. I just say popcorn quickly on the inhale 3 times, and it centers my root chakra. Popcorn, popcorn, popcorn.
Oh, well, I'm so glad for your chakra, but time's a-ticking. Everyone, gather round for my notes. Steve, don't forget to open the whiskey upstage. Sheila, 20% drunker, right off the top. Hillary, it's go fix your hair, scream, realize it's the mirror, fix your hair. And for goodness sake, oh, Bill, it's not I could sense when her soul metamorphosed. It's metamorphosized.
Metamorphosized. Sorry, I keep messing that up.
Danny steps forward. In stark contrast to his Kirk character, he's brutally shy.
Excuse me, Dory? Was that the right energy on my book cheer?
Oh, of course, Danny, brilliant as usual.
Notice, people, how Danny says the lines just as they are written on the page. What a novel concept.
It'd be the only novel concept on the page.
Excuse me?
It's really just an episode of Scooby-Doo. Am I right?
Sheila, Scooby, don't. Okay, stage manager. Manage, for goodness sake.
Guys, doors open in 57 minutes. Let's just run the scene from Sally's line. Friends, that's just it. So Sheila can adjust her blocking and not trip, then we can all finish getting ready. Places.
And remember, Sarah, natural. You're so brilliant. Rein it all in for even more power. Contain it, natural. Less is more.
Got it. you want more.
That is not what she said.
Okay, and action.
They don't say that in theater either.
Friends, that's just it. Something did happen, and I know how we can finally put that chapter of our lives to rest. But first, we put this chapter to rest.
She opens the book.
Together they stood like a team on the doorstep.
Licks her finger.
What do you mean, man? What do you know?
She puts her finger to her mouth and then licks her finger again.
Together they stood like a little team on the doorstep.
Turns the page.
Beneath the huge, massive, enormous door. Knock on it, Katie, said John. You knock on it, said Katie. Oh, you're chicken, said Sue. And she reached out a trembling fist when suddenly the huge, massive, enormous door flew open and...
She dies.
Sally,
Chaos.
get up right now.
Very funny, Sally. Ha ha ha.
Wake up! She won't wake up.
She's dead. I felt at the moment her soul metamorphosed. Dang it, metamorphosized. Sorry.
Did you check her pulse?
She checks it.
Is she?
She's really dead.
But how?
Maybe poison?
But why?
Somebody wanted her dead.
But who?
Walter returns. She screams.
A ghost!
I heard someone screaming all the way from the driveway. Is everyone...
He sees the body.
What have you done?
And scene. That was so smooth.
Cut. That's a wrap for now. Gather round, amateur thespians.
Thespians, hey, I only tried that once, and it was in college.
Okay, quiet, Hillary. There's no room for humor in the theater. In fact, I'm deadly serious. The library budget keeps getting slashed year after year.
While corporations are getting bailouts.
But the audience for this murder mystery tonight are the richest, most influential citizens of Two Spruce. You know, the Fountains, the Sobeys, the Risleys. And they'll all be here for goodness sake. They can save this library. If we pull off that clever twist at the end, their wallets will just open like well-read books, and it'll rain money.
Speaking of mixed metaphors.
Okay, let me be perfectly clear. We need this money.
And we'll get it. Am I right, actors?
Yes!
I just want to thank all of you for undertaking my words from the page to the stage by presenting my play, If Books Could Kill, Part 2, Murder by the Book. Literature is my life, and resurrecting this library is my way of paying it back. Oh, literature. Let's all just remember what the great Gatsby said to Jane Eyre in Brave New World. No library, no progress. No progress, no gummy bears. Oh, it's still true today as it was in the future.
All right. Off to your dressing rooms. And by dressing rooms, I mean Bill and Steve, you can crouch down behind the stacks in the fantasy section. Hillary, you're in romance. And Sheila, you're right behind the puppet stage in juvenile fiction. You have 54 minutes. I'll give you places at 10.
Break a leg, everyone.
But not literally. Please be careful.
No, literally, break your legs.
And one last round of applause for Sarah Sovereign. It's her friends coming to the show tonight, after all. She's saving our dear library.
Hey, Sarah. They start to go to their makeshift dressing rooms, but Sarah does not appear from behind the table.
Miss Sovereign.
Sarah?
Probably on the phone with her personal cat orthodontist.
Don't be shy, gorgeous.
Oh.
Even big girls get nervous.
They come around the table and see her.
Oh, crap. She collapsed.
What?
Various
What are you talking about?
explanations.
Coming through. I know what to do. CPR.
Give her room.
Give her room. Give her room. Give her room.
This is just like that scene in To Kill a Mockingbird when Dr. Jivago brings Pippi Longstocking back from the brink of hypothermia.
Hillary moves the table a bit and we see Sarah's unconscious body.
Will she be all right for the show?
Hillary, call 911.
Hillary does.
911, call 911, call 911.
I don't think she's breathing.
Step aside! I know how to do mount resuscitation.
He tries to sit the body up.
What are you doing, Steve? Gentle.
They jostle around her, each trying their own version of CPR.
Miss Sovereign, it's Bill. Wakey, wakey.
On the phone.
Hello, 911? It's an emergency at the library. One of our actors collapsed. Yeah, actor. Yeah, we're doing a play at the library. Yeah, it is cool.
Ask for help! Ask them if she'll be fit for the show.
Tell them I'm sorry I called her a half-baked ham behind her back.
Yes, they're doing CPR right now, I think.
I can't find her pulse. She has no pulse.
On the phone.
What? No freaking way.
To the others.
There was a one-car pileup near the town at Fort Hemlocks. The ambulance can't get through for another 3 hours.
It doesn't matter how long. She's already gone.
No!
But the show!
Yes, please.
Hillary hands the phone to Lucy.
Dispatch him to the police.
Police? Why? It's not foul play.
It's a standard procedure in our over-militarized...
Shh, it's ringing.
We hear a phone ring, and it's in Danny's pocket. He answers it, and they speak on the phone.
Two Spruce Police Department, Officer Farthing speaking.
Danny, what are you doing?
I'm on call.
Can you send over an officer?
I'm already here.
But you're the ticket-giving officer who never gives tickets because he'd have to talk to the perp. You're that officer.
I'm the only officer.
For shit's sake, you two, hang up and talk.
They hang up.
Oh, I feel like little orphan Oliver when the water ship went down.
What are we supposed to do?
Quiet, guys. Stay calm. Kirk. Officer Farthing. Talk us through
She
this.
picks up the prop book, examining it.
Well, we wait for the ambulance.
Don't you do anything?
I am doing it. See, I arrive at the scene of a death, and I wait for the ambulance or the coroner.
He doesn't
So I'm
have-
waiting for the ambulance or the coroner.
He doesn't have authorization to touch the body unless he suspects foul play, which he obviously doesn't in this show. Wait a second, what's that?
She points to a spot on the floor. Lucy and Danny start examining around the body.
That's where her fake whiskey was spilled.
Does that seem a strange color to you?
What do you put in the fake whiskey?
He smells it.
It's just tea. Plain tea that I let cool, then pour into the whiskey bottles.
Well, that seems more orange than it should be.
Officer, look at her tongue.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
It's orange as well. You better bag up that glass and bottle for evidence, just in case.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Use this.
Lucy empties a Ziploc bag that had kids' craft in it and hands it to Danny as she gets on the computer. Danny bags the cup without touching it as best he can.
It couldn't be foul play, could it?
Foul play? No way.
A murder among us? Shit, no.
What about the show?
Oh, I've got goosebimples. This is exactly like a mystery that I read. Charlotte Webb, where Inspector Jakes Cousteau had to find this Maltese falcon, and then he did this...
Here, this book will help. Call number 581.65 TUR, Poisons and the Tongue.
I'll get it.
Hillary runs to get the book.
Poppycock. Poison? What should we do about the show?
I'm gonna faint. Oh, my hair.
He fixes his hair.
There is no reason to assume that it's poison, okay? No reason.
Hillary returns.
It's poison for sure. Look at this.
Gives the book to Lucy.
Orange tongue. Many poisons will cause carotenemia, or oranging of the tongue, mandarine, clementine, tangeroxide, Agent Orange.
That's true. But even if she did get into some poison...
That doesn't mean it's intentional.
Yeah, exactly.
It says here 99% of poisons are accidental.
Precisely. It was likely an accident.
Still, call the police.
Officer Farthing is already here.
I mean the murder police.
I am the murder police. Just that there's never been one in Two Spruce before. Ugh. I better phone my mentor, Officer Richard Burkham, over on Lone Larch. He'll know what to do.
He phones them.
Is everyone all right in the cast? It's okay to feel dismay.
Sarah was my soulmate.
You met her last month.
My play? What happens to my play?
It's precisely what I've been saying.
Lucy goes to the main computer.
I'll open the audience list. We'll have to tell them not to come. 52 minutes. Who can help me make the calls?
Bill and Hillary get out their phones.
Darn! It's a recorded message. They're saying, "Psh, Officer Burkham is unavailable. He's stuck in that one-car pileup up near 4 Hemlocks. He will arrive to back you up in 3 hours."
Wait, hold up a moment. The ambulance won't arrive for 3 hours, nor will the proper police. No offense.
Yeah, no offense, Denny, but when it comes to being a cop, you're shitty.
Oh, none taken.
What do?
We wait? Hillary, will you please lock the doors?
We can't risk someone seeing this.
Grabs the library phone.
There's so little time to call the audience to cancel. Hello, is this Pamela Halstead? It's Lucy the librarian.
Dory hangs up Lucy's phone.
Hey!
Listen, we cannot cancel the show.
Well, we can't do the show.
If we cancel this show, we will lose the library for certain. That twist at the end, where the lawyer goes out into the audience and collects the donations, that is our last hope. But nothing. Lucy, you will lose your job as librarian, and Hillary, you will lose yours as the caretaker, and Bill, no more children's story time. Steve, say goodbye to the free classes full of eligible ladies.
The cooking, the painting, the yoga, the weaving.
Goodbye. And Sheila, well, your self-published literature will know no bookshelves but your own. And Danny, no more quiet reading for free, no more. We lose it all.
It can't be that bad.
Who's the chairman of the fundraising committee? You or me?
You, but...
Yeah, but nothing. I don't want to alarm you, but we have to do this fundraiser tonight, or the library shall close.
Oh, I see. Because it was all of Sarah's rich friends coming tonight.
Well, exactly. I heard it on good authority that Elliot Page alone spends to donate $50,000 tonight. We have to make it to the end of this play.
Excuse me, Ms. Drachma, but aren't you forgetting the obvious?
No, I forget nothing.
We are missing an actor.
Oh, yes, I forgot that.
Sarah Sovereign was the main character and the victim.
True, but she really only had 4 scenes, and then is dead for the rest of the play.
4 rivetal and pivoting scenes.
So could we write her out?
Guys, the audience will be here in 49 minutes.
Okay, wait. We put sunglasses on her, and I could imitate her voice.
She takes Sarah's sunglasses from the bag by the chair and puts them on her.
No way.
The audience will see her mouth isn't moving.
Oh, no, we just put a mask on her during the show.
She takes a mask from the bag.
Everyone will think she's just being careful about germs. Finally, something good came out of COVID.
That's awful. You need to have voice and movement.
You know, we've already touched the body way too much.
Oh, excellent. Well, let's take it from the very top. Walter and Sally enter the library.
No. I just need to think.
Let me get this straight. So I, as Walter, would be like, follow me as we finally enter the library.
Prompting the dead body to enter.
Follow me.
Yeah. Bill, you taught kindergarten. Come here, puppet this body.
She lifts the body's arms and demonstrates. Bill comes over and they struggle with the body.
Guys, this is horrible. But if we began 3 lines later, we wouldn't have to make her walk.
Yes, she'd already be sitting in the chair.
He starts to help move the body to the chair, but it's super awkward.
Wait, stop. Are you all crazy? I'll get the book trolley so we can stand her up.
She gets it.
Brilliant. And then Bill can make her walk.
Hillary, come on.
Oh, the contamination, the fingerprints, the DNA.
My DNA is already all over her. We were in that coffin in Act 3. Lay the trolley down.
Okay, there we go. Lift her gently.
You guys, this is too much.
No, actually, she's surprisingly light. Up now, this leg here. Lucy, get a rope so we can tie her to the trolley.
I am aghast. Have you no respect? Use my sweater, it's softer. We'll just tie this around here and there, snug as a bug in a rug.
There. See, she looks lovely. I think this will work.
Bill and Dory are both standing behind the body. Others sit on the sofa and admire their handiwork.
No.
How will she pour my drink in scene 2?
Let's try.
He gets the glass. But it's almost impossible. He needs Sheila's help pouring some of the drink into the glass. Dory imitates Sarah's voice. Here's your drink, Mrs. G. Bill rushes over behind the couch where he's blocked to be for his next line in the script.
Dude, I'll have a swig of that.
And then he starts to rush over to get the body to pour another drink.
Oh, cut!
Bill's blocked to be over there. It won't work.
Oh, what shall we do?
Oh, can't you see? Dory is the one who would have to puppet the body. She knows the blocking and is already doing the voice.
A two, Brute?
I'm sorry. What am I thinking? Danny is right. We can't degrade Sarah Sovereign's personhood like this.
Not to mention we're breaking laws 34, 75, 54, A, B, and C, 92, 835, 6, and 1.
What if Robinson Crusoe hadn't broken the law in Crime and Punishment, He never would have gotten Peter Pan out of the cuckoo's nest. Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to catch the early worm.
No! It's just, this is a hard no, okay? And that is final.
He sleuths around.
She wanted to make her acting debut so badly.
She wanted to save this library so badly. Where will all those lonely ladies go?
I'll never get another job. Lucy's the only boss I haven't punched. Yet.
We all volunteered to do this mystery because the library has a deep meaning for each and every one of us. The joy on the children's faces, extinguished forever. They'll be out smoking crack and jacking cars by tomorrow.
And in a way, we owe it to Sarah to do the show.
No,
that sounds
Hear me out. Hear me out. If we make it through the play, well, then we could say that she collapsed at the end and she only died then. Oh, goodness. Oh. And then she'd be hailed as the angel who breathed her last, trying to save this precious institution. All the ceremonies, the memorials, the tributes, the vigils. Now, not only would we never have to fundraise again, we'd build a new wing to her glory and honor, the Sarah Sovereign Annex.
Diabolical. I like it.
No. Officer Farthing said no, and that's final. We'll miss it, yes, but the law and her dignity are more important. Even more important than how this library gives a life force of literacy to all, rich and poor. How it's a welcoming shelter for newcomers and the socially isolated. How it fosters culture and creativity and sacred silence. It doesn't matter that this library is a beacon of truth through today's fog of lies, intolerance, and ignorance. We have to do the right thing. Even though it feels so wrong, yes, to turn your back on your lifelong calling to the single greatest profession in history, ever since you were 3 years old, stealing books from your siblings and gluing little envelopes in the back and then writing their names on playing cards and then making them sign out their own books and then shushing them. Shh, forget about all that. You'll get another job somewhere, right? Maybe Pete's is hiring, right? There is no way on earth Officer Danny is going to allow this.
Actually, let's give it a try.
Come again?
Your arguments worked. We're not going anywhere until I get everyone's statement anyway, so, you guys can rehearse with Miss Sovereign's corpse when you're not needed for my interviews, okay? And if the ambulance or Officer Burkham get here early, just stop. Make no mistake, this is serious.
What if it's foul play? Then the murderer is among us right now.
Well, I don't think it is foul play. But just in case, nobody steps foot in or out of this library. And if I get caught doing this, I'm gonna lose my job.
Oh, we shan't get caught. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Really, Officer Farthing?
Yes?
Well, okay. People, let's finish getting into costume. We've got 48 minutes until the doors open and the audience arrives. We'll meet back here in 2 minutes and rehearse Sally's 4 scenes before the murder. First Walter, then Mrs. P, then with Wendy, then Kirk, and all into the death scene. Go, quickly.
They all go to get their costumes. Danny and Lucy are left behind, and he helps her put the props and the stuff back in place.
I'll help you do the preset.
Officer Farthing.
Call me Danny.
Danny, this is crazy.
He looks around to make sure they're not being overheard.
It was foul play for sure.
What? How do you know?
I found this on the back of her script.
He holds up the last page of Sarah's script, which Lucy reads.
Sarah, I'll get you back, just you wait. Yikes, that's scary.
I need to let them focus on their macabre puppet show so I can do some investigating.
So you don't intend to let them do the play tonight?
Heck, no. But I need your help to make it seem like I do.
Right, that's pretty clever. So how does this work? You take statements?
Yeah, and somehow I'm supposed to trap the murderer while I'm doing it.
So how are you gonna do it? Like, how will you question and trick them?
Well, I'll just, I'll be like, and then, they're gonna all be like, and, I don't know. Look, I'm scared of talking to people who aren't murderers.
But you're so good on stage. Your portrayal of Stanley in A Streetcar Named Desire, your Hamlet, your Professor Dumbledore, your Umbrella in Mary Poppins, and your Mr. Mistopheles was better than Cats.
I didn't know you saw that.
I go to all your shows. You're my favorite patron, and the best actor in town.
I love the stage. It's the only place where I feel truly fearless.
I have an idea. Who's your favorite sleuth? You borrowed 312 mysteries last year. You must have a favorite detective.
I love them all. Yeah, but I'd say Dalgleish. Okay. Oh, no. Perot. No. Wallander. No. Father Brown. Encyclopedia Brown. Nancy Drew. John Rebus, for sure. No, Stephanie Plum. The Hardy Boys. Sherlock Holmes. Dirk Gently. Temperance Brennan. Sam Spade. Philip Marlowe. Oh, no, I know. Bakshi. No, Miss Marple. That's it. Final answer. Oh, maybe it's,
Oh, well, just choose one and act like them. Or pretend you're playing the role and you'll feel confident.
Oh, well, I suppose for confidence, there's no one better than Agatha Christie's Poirot. He is very confident.
He tries.
My name is Hercule Poirot, and I'm probably the greatest detective in the world.
Brilliant. You're transformed.
She hands him a notebook and pen. Steve and Dory enter, ready to rehearse their scene. Dory maneuvers the body stage right between the table and the bar. Danny goes to put on a mustache of black paper and tape as he observes from the sidelines in character as Hercule Poirot the whole time.
Lucy, you shall have to be the honorary director. I can't see from back here.
All right, scene one. We are in the private library of a fine old mansion. The lawyer, Walter Thruppence, enters with a file folder, followed by Sally Gilder, who carries an oversized purse.
Oh, she has to put the purse on Sarah's arm.
And finally, this was your aunt's library, literally her pride and joy. Before Muggins' money purse made her fortune, her only library was a second-hand Billy bookcase from IKEA. When she could finally afford to build Money Purse Manor, this room became her dark obsession. Some say there are secret passages with hidden treasure in here.
Yes, and now it is all mine.
Well, not quite yet.
Yes, tomorrow. It's all mine.
If nothing goes wrong.
Why, what could possibly go wrong?
Full disclosure, as your Auntie Muggins' lawyer, I advised her not to leave her estate to you.
What? You don't even know me. Oh, this looks expensive.
She tries to make the body touch a tablecloth, but she can't reach.
No, but I know what Money Purse Manor meant to your aunt. Stop touching that.
She wasn't touching anything.
I'm not sure you're serious about the responsibility.
Oh, so spooky.
She struggles to reach a whiskey bottle, but she can't.
Oh, so spooky. It gives me the creeps. Is it really haunted?
Put that down.
She has nothing, so he picks up the glass, puts it in her hand, and then yanks it away.
Put that down. The rumors of ghost attacks have been greatly exaggerated.
So no ghost attacks at all?
I'd say all those deaths were natural causes, but I'm a lawyer, so innocent until proven guilty.
All those deaths? How many were there?
Weird doorbell. Ding dong! Dory turns the body's head toward the door.
Who on earth is ringing the doorbell?
Ooh, my first guest.
Guest? First guest? What guest?
Just some friends I haven't seen since high school.
Your aunt intended you to stay here alone tonight. It's clearly specified in the will.
He reads the will.
My niece must spend one night in Moneypurse Manor before the deed is signed over to her. Where's the... It's not clearly specified in the will.
Yay! Go get the door.
I was her lawyer, not her butler.
Well, fine, I'll get it.
She tries to make the body go get the door, but it is too slow and awkward.
On second thought, I will get it.
He goes.
Now, to answer the door, wearing this.
Dory tries to make the body pull out of the handbag one of those scary headbands with a fake axe or a knife, but it's impossible.
Lucy, how does this look from here?
It's not working. Can we cut it?
Oh, well, yes, since I cannot answer the door anyway.
Great. It's actually not so bad. Obviously, keep her movement to a minimum. We're at 45 minutes. Let's move on to scene 2. I'll text Sheila to join us.
She texts her.
You two don't go anywhere. Park Sarah over there and take a seat on the sofa. Officer Farthing has to take your statements.
Danny, with his makeshift mustache, steps out from the shadows with his notebook, getting a thumbs up from Lucy, and he embodies Poirot.
Please, sit down, mes amis.
Danny?
I will commence with you, Steve. State your name.
Steve.
Your full name, mes amis.
Stephen Mark Bob Quid III.
And your job at the library?
The patron. I teach a few workshops.
Ah, merci. What is your profession?
I'm in sanitation management.
He's the honey man.
What is this expression? The honey man?
He empties septic tanks.
An important and noble profession. Bon. How did you know the deceased?
We were in this play together with you.
Good. No, I mean, bon. But before that?
Everyone knows the Sovereign family, but she and I didn't become soulmates until we were cast in this mystery.
Please, soulmates.
Madame, zut alors.
The Sovereign family toppled the Quid family dynasty. Before the Sovereigns arrived in Two Spruce, the Quids ran the whole town. The Sovereigns usurped the Quid empire.
Over 100 years ago. Surely you don't suggest...
Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt Sarah Sovereign?
There were rumors that she was going to buy the library and sell the land to Sobeys. Don't be so quick to point the finger my way, Dory.
Oh, bull roar. Sarah was my friend.
Some friend, all that eye-rolling while she was on stage.
Well, precisely. That only proves what a good friend I was. I let her be in this play despite her acting abilities. Or lack thereof.
Or maybe those were dollar signs rolling in your eyes.
Oh, me? What was all that flirtation about, you gold digger?
Stop! I mean, arrête. It is the brain, the little gray cells on which one must rely. One must seek the truth within, not without. Mr. Quid, you may go for now.
Thank you. She's upset my hair.
Excellent. Now let's rehearse scene 2.
Moment, madame. Restez here.
He takes Lucy aside.
Oh, God. What do I do? She's on the defensive.
I don't think Poirot will work for Dory now. You need someone reassuring. Try Miss Marple.
Danny rips off the mustache, grabs a cloth from the back of a chair, throws it over his shoulder, and launches right in with Miss Marple's familiar and gossipy tone.
Oh, good day. Miss Dory Drachma. I'm sorry about that oaf, Steve.
Yes, he's insufferable.
After all that you do for the library, which is...
I volunteer on the board. I'm the chairman of the fundraising committee.
Don't you mean the chairwoman?
I don't believe in such woke mumbo-jumbo. Imagine, Steve, implying that I might harbor some ill will against my good friend Sarah.
The brute. Well, a spot of tea, love.
He pours her some crock tea, and they pretend to drink it.
You're an angel.
So, just between us, who did harbor some ill will against Sarah?
Well, far be it from me to point an accusatory finger, but Sheila O'Coin told me Sarah Sovereign was wrecking her play.
No. What did you say?
Well, honestly, some might say the play was wrecked when she gave it to me.
It's just as I suspected. It was you.
Huh?
who polished that script into the diamond it has become.
Oh, yes, the hours of dramaturgy I spent in that play.
Well, it paid off, I'll tell you that. Anyone else upset with the victim?
Oh, I shan't point fingers.
Of course.
But I believe she broke Bill Quarter's heart way back in elementary school. Now, Lucy Nickel was fed up with her constant demands. I'm sorry, Lucy. And Hilary Schilling, well, she just simply hates the rich.
Jealousy?
Oh, you know it.
And yourself?
No, nothing but love for her, of course.
Of course. I'm sorry to trouble you with all of this. You've got so much on your hands. You're directing the play, and now you're puppeting around a dead body.
It will all be worth it when we restore the library to its former glory.
Former glory?
Oh, yes. Before all this computers and technology and e-reading. I say bring back the Dewey Decimal System. And good, clean, moral paperbacks. And shushing. Why don't we shush people anymore? Am I correct?
You're singing my song, sister. I mean that you're singing my song, sister.
Steve re-enters with Sheila. They begin positioning the body upstage in front of the bar.
Oh, perfect. You're back.
Officer Farthing, are we ready for Mrs. P's scene?
He takes her aside.
And maybe after she can meet Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
To Dory.
Thanks ever so much, love. Thanks ever so much, love. To Lou.
Ta-ta. Dory goes back behind the dead corpse.
So, taking it from Mrs. P's entrance, Walter Thruppence returns from answering the door with Mrs. Pence, who has a handbag with her.
Quiet on the set. Rolling. Ooh, hello. Who is this then?
He struggles to turn the body around.
Oh, Mrs. P, is that you?
Thanks for the invite, Sally.
You look...
Moves the body's head.
You look great.
Liar. Call me Linda. You haven't been my student for a very long time.
All right, Linda. Nope, that just feels wrong. Sorry, Mrs. P.
Why the hell did you invite me here?
Well, I invited the whole gang from back in the day, the book club.
Oh, I was just your supervisor.
And without you, we wouldn't have been allowed to have a book club. In a way, it was all because of you.
I wasn't responsible for any of it. You ran the whole thing, bossy boots. But I always wanted to see inside Money Purse Manor, so I brought wine. BYOB. Was it BYOB? Because I only brought enough for my OB.
She takes the wine out of her valise.
Got a wine glass? Hey, creepy butler, can you go scare up a wine glass for me?
I am a lawyer.
Oh, sue me.
The glasses are on the bar, along with your uncle's finest scotch.
She tries.
I'll get it.
She tries, but she fails.
Oh, I'll get it myself. Oh, yes. If all libraries had bars, literacy rates would skyrocket. So how haunted is it?
She gets herself a glass of wine from her screw-top bottle, and then the weird doorbell. Bing bong!
Walter, be a dear.
I am a lawyer.
But he goes for the door.
I would love a glass of that, thank you.
I wasn't offering.
Well, then I'll have whiskey.
She starts to get herself some, but it's a mess.
Oh. Okay, so far, not haunted at all, but I guess we'll find out tonight. Listen, before the lawyer gets back, I just have to say, I can't see if I'm getting the whiskey into the glass. Oh, cut!
We'll have to have the glass pre-poured.
But the murderer must poison the whiskey. It says so in my script.
If it's already poured, anyone could have done it. That's good. It'll create a red herring.
Of course. A red earring. That's exactly what it will create. Red earrings are essential in a mystery.
Good. That will work. Take a break, Stephen Dory, while Officer Farthing takes Sheila's statement. 43 minutes, everyone.
Danny steps out of the shadows in character as a cold and calculating Sherlock Holmes. He wears a Sherlock hat he has fashioned out of folded paper.
The game is afoot.
Have a seat, ma'am.
Name.
Sheila O'Coin.
Occupation.
Professional writer.
Therefore, you have a real job. And that job is...
I'm a clerk at the health food store.
Connection to the library?
I'm a volunteer, and they distribute my self-published books.
Write that down, Watson. Lucy.
He throws his notebook to Lucy and she becomes the de facto Watson.
Oh, I feel like the Lady Chatterley when Don Quixote was interrogating her about the Pickwick Papers.
And did you put pennyroyal tea into Sarah Sovereign's prop whiskey?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Damn it!
Wow, you did. Wow, how did you know?
Elementary, my dear Watson. It's pennyroyal that turns the tongue orange when the drinker is allergic to it.
Brilliant.
I am a brain, Watson. The rest of me, a mere appendix.
No, wait. I did put it in her prop whiskey. But she asked me to. She drinks it every day. She's not allergic to it.
Prove it.
Her hypnotherapist prescribes it.
She shows him the prescription, which she happens to have on her.
Well, that proves it. Off you go. Except one more thing.
He abruptly snatches the notebook and pen from Lucy and slams it in front of Sheila.
Right, this is... Hurry up. Right, this is my writing sample.
She does. Danny abruptly snatches it, grabs the clue note from the back of Sarah's script, and holds them both up to compare.
What's he trying to do?
It is not her writing.
He shows the clue to Sheila.
Do you know whose writing this is?
Yeah, that's Bill Quarters.
Thank you. That is all. Get out of here.
That reminded me of that chapter in Dracula when the Beowulf circles
Get
around.
out of here.
She does. Dory and Steve set up for the next scene. Lucy and Danny stand aside, thinking for a moment. He takes off his paper Sherlock hat and hands it to Lucy.
Those origami books are overdue, by the way.
I don't, look, I don't feel any closer to the truth. Who's next?
Whoa, it's 40 minutes till house opens. Whoa. Places for scene 3. Bill, Dory, Steve, places. It's Bill next. Nancy Drew would be the perfect sleuth for him.
It's genius.
He goes and gets an oversized magnifying glass from a display in the library.
Standing by from Bill's entrance as Rocky, please. Walter's gone to answer the door. Mrs. P and Sally are still in front of the bar.
Rocky enters, carrying a colorful backpack and tarot cards in his hand. Walter follows.
Oh, man. Uh-huh. Yes.
He walks around the room and a certain spot stops him. He takes a tarot card from the deck and holds it to his forehead.
Ah, young Sally Gilder. Sympathulations on your inheritance. I'm glad you called. I feel a spirit here.
Looks at the card.
The old hermit. Yes, that's it. Right here.
Auntie Muggins was a hermit. I have goose pimples.
Duh, everyone in Six Cedars knows that.
Yes. Well, hello, Mrs. P. Haven't you heard the legends? This mansion is supposed to be crammed with ghosts. But all I sense is the old hermit woman.
Turning the card upside down.
Or is it a little boy?
He continues around the room.
This is Auntie Muggins' attorney, Walter Threepence.
He waves a tarot card around Walter and then looks at one.
Story checks out.
And this is Rocky Bender. He was in the class above me at 6 Cedars High.
What? You weren't a teacher? Holy crap! I used to get you to substitute for me. You were at that school for 10 years. How many times did you flunk?
A man can get straight A's and still flunk life, man.
Touche. Still smoking the jive lettuce, I see.
Still drinking the truth serum, I see. Let's start the exorcism.
Rocky, I didn't invite you for an exorcism. I have a plan. I want us to...
Ding dong!
Are you going to get that?
We'll stop there, everyone. We're running out of time, so don't go far. Just give Officer Farthing some privacy to take Bill's statement.
Everyone moves off. Bill sits and Danny comes over as Nancy Drew, examining with his magnifying glass along the way.
Your name, sir?
Mr. Bill Quarter.
Ah, gee, that's a swell name. What do you do at the library?
Oh, volunteer. I missed my students since I took early retirement, so I instituted the Saturday morning Storytime Smackdown.
May I see your fingernails, please, Mr. Quarter?
Of course.
Golly.
Looks with the magnifying glass.
Ooh, they sure are clean.
Thank you. I always wash for 2 full minutes. Here's a helpful ditty. Scrub, scrub, scrub your hands, wash the germs away.
Uh-oh, what do we have here?
What? What have we here?
Why, it's an inky smudge. Just the type that would come from penning a vengeful note on the back of someone's script.
Impossible. I only use pencils.
He shows one.
They remind boys and girls that it's okay to make mistakes.
And did you make a mistake, Mr. Quarter? A murderous mistake?
Oh. It's no use pretending.
He did it.
It's food coloring from the frosting. I baked you all cookies for opening night. Don't tell the others. Sarah's had a rainbow on it.
He did not do it.
Ask him about being in love with her.
Golly, Mr. Quarter, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I know you loved her once.
Who said that? Darn it, that's a bold-faced lie.
He did it. Ah, shucks, Mr. Quarter. Dory said you loved her way back in school.
She was homeschooled. Naughty people tell lies.
He did not do it. Ah, gosh dang it, Mr. Quarter. I sure am sorry about that, but, isn't this your handwriting?
Shows him the clue.
Where did you get that? How did you see that? Who knows about that?
He did it. Why, I found it right here, sir. It was just a laying about.
I'm so ashamed. I borrowed money from her, but I was going to pay her back, I swear it.
Borrowed money? Why, that sounds awfully motivy to me. How much did you owe her?
A whopping $3.06. That beautiful soul bought me a coffee. Now I'll never be able to pay her back.
He didn't do it.
There, Mr. Quarter. She knew you were a good boy, but someone misbehaved, that's for darn sure. So who do you think it was?
It was an accident. I just know it. Like when Hillary accidentally spray-painted "Eat the Rich" on Sarah's car.
Ah, golly, Mr. Quarter. How did you get to be so dang sweet?
Well, psychologists would probably say some repressed childhood trauma locked me in a juvenile behavior loop. But I would say they're probably right.
Well, that's all for now, mister. But don't you leave town.
Don't worry, I'm carbon neutral.
All right, quickly, everybody, put Sarah up on stage left. Hillary, let's do Hillary/Wendy Shekels entrance. Hurry, Hillary.
Okay, bossy pants. Who do you think you are, Mike Savage?
Scene 3. So Rocky has just arrived. Mrs. P sat on the sofa, then the weird doorbell rang. Sound cue 23.
Bing bong.
Walter asks Sally.
Are you going to get that?
But she can't.
Rocky, I didn't invite you for an exorcism. I have a plan. I want us to.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Walter sighs and goes to get the door. Rocky sits on the chair. There's a huge scream, and Wendy runs in.
A ghost! Oh my God, I saw a ghost. It was so scary. It looked just like an ordinary guy that came to open the...
Walter comes in, she screams again.
Ah! There it is again!
That's just Walter, Auntie Muggin's lawyer.
Oh, that's a relief. But wait, what ghost see I here? 'Tis the spirit of the best years of my life. Sally Gilder, still the prairie, yes?
Goes to kiss her, but gets grossed out.
Oh my gosh, it is spooky in here. Oh my gosh, is that Rocky Bender? I smoked my first and only marijuana weed, dopey doobie reefer joint with you. And Miss Pence, the coolest teacher in school.
You graduated. Stop sucking up, nerd.
Mr. Thruppets, this is Wendy Shekels. She gave our book club intellectual validity.
Are you kidding me? More like the club gave me existential validity. If you cool kids hadn't dragged me out of the library, I would never have had friends. I went to a dance. I almost even kissed a boy once. Is Kirk coming?
Thank you for joining us.
I could never say no to you, Sally.
Oh, good. Have a drink.
She can't get it.
Well, get it yourself and settle in. We were just waiting for my last...
Bing bong!
Speak of the devil.
I'll get it.
No, that's what the creepy butler is for.
I am a lawyer.
Come on, Walter, get the door, please, just for tonight. I'll get a real butler once the house is officially mine.
Walter turns to go, steps in front of Wendy, who screams. He goes out with a heavy sigh, and we hear this exchange.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Walter Thruppence, the lawyer to...
Never mind. I don't actually care.
He sees everyone.
Look at you all! The old high school book club, huh? Give me a B! Give me an O!
Okay, everyone pause for Hillary's statement. This is your half-hour call before we open the house for the audience to come in. 30 minutes. We don't need to run Kirk's scene. We already did it. So the last thing is to find a clever way to get Sally off the dolly and sitting down so she can be murdered. Everyone go except Hillary.
Shit sticks. Hurry up, Denny. I've chip reset my prop crossbow.
Okay.
Okay, what? State my what? Hurry up.
Hillary, why don't you go set your props and then come back, okay?
Hillary runs off. Danny and Lucy preset for the show again as they talk.
It's no use.
Come on.
Look, thank you for all of this, Lucy. But, I don't know who did it. The show won't work, and then the police will arrive, and I'm gonna lose my job. I mean, who am I kidding? We're all gonna be thrown in jail for obstructing justice.
Just stay with me. Sherlock said, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. What does your gut tell you?
It tells me I'm gonna throw up.
Come on, interview Hillary.
No, she scares me. I'm done. There's no way.
Come on, we're so close.
No, I don't think I can. I give up.
I was going to tell this in my statement, but I looked up who last checked out that book on poisons.
She gives him the book.
Hillary. Yes, Hillary. Now just choose a sleuth who can't be intimidated and go for it. Try Sam Spade.
I'm here. Get on with it.
Instantly Sam Spade.
She walked through the library like a dame who'd never even heard the word dame. She had legs all the way down to her feet. And I knew that she was trouble. Now, I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble, but that dame...
Who the frig are you talking to?
I am talking to you, Hillary Schillen. He had waded into dangerous waters. Who are you?
The library caretaker.
You're not, he asked as he sat down, the sort of person you pretend to be, are you?
What? You mean I should just call myself a janitor? Because that's all that I am?
No, I meant... He momentarily panicked, but then he regained his steely composure.
You keep asking for it, and you're gonna get it. Plenty.
I meant tough and cynical on the outside. He rolled the verbal dice. But inside, I'm guessing you're soft and plenty squishy.
People lose teeth talking like that to me.
Did Sarah Sovereign talk like that to you?
Yeah, she did. All her private chefs and personal trainers and hypno shrinks couldn't make her a good human being. She was mean. She looked down on all of us.
Sitting there with her arms and legs and head, I saw she was a person who had been hurt by someone or something. And for a second, I almost bought into her act. That's pretty slick talk, lady.
Would you prefer if I stuttered?
For someone who took a book out of this very library about poisons.
He holds it up.
You better start singing, like a canary bird. She sat on the edge of the seat, and I could tell that I had hit a nerve.
Listen, you dope. I'm learning about wild edibles. For after the apocalypse, did your little spy also see that I took out the magic of wild mushrooms and foraging for dummies at the same time? No, no one bothered. You just assume it's the financially challenged person who would commit the crime. I should sue you for discrimination.
She had me. I looked at that courageous dame, and for a moment, it was like she was holding a mirror up to my own prejudices. But then I thought, wait a second. You did write Eat the Rich on Sarah's car.
Yeah, I did. My bad.
Danny, Officer Farthing, we still have to figure out how to get the body seated for her final scene.
Lucy Nickel was bossy, but I knew that she was right. We had to shake a leg, or the audience would catch us. Just as if we...
Stop narrating. Everyone preset your props and come back for the last push in full costumes. We have 16 minutes.
The cast bustles around in the background, but they don't approach yet. And Bill shouts from off stage.
Goodness me, the audience has started lining up outside. I can see the Craigs and the Spatses.
Do you think that was Hillary?
Maybe, but something is not sitting right.
So we keep going. Maybe the killer will reveal themselves.
Who do we have left? I guess I'll have to write up my own statement later.
Pretty hard to interrogate yourself, I suppose.
I don't know. Sounds kind of like it could be fun.
He turns to the table and begins questioning himself in the style of CSI Miami's Horatio Caine, taking his sunglasses off and on as he gets up and down from the chair, switching characters between himself and his interrogator.
Officer Farthing, if that is your real name, where were you the night Sarah Sovereign was murdered? I don't know, I was just 2 feet away from her. Yeah, I'll bet that you were, you sicko. What? Confess. It was you and Professor Peacock in the library with the candlestick. Your DNA was all over the place, but I'm innocent. Yeah, this looks like it's a case of murder by the book. Take them away, boys.
What detective was that?
I don't know, you know, the TV guys.
It's nice to see the side of my favorite bookworm.
I should risk getting fired for gross misconduct more often.
So, now it's just me. Time to take my statement, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Which sleuth would you like me to be? Your choice. You know, whichever one's your favorite.
Hands down, it's Inspector Gamache.
Hands down, Inspector Gamache.
Hands down.
I never heard of him.
You're kidding! Armand Gamache, Louise Penny's detective.
Never heard of her. I'm kidding. I love Gamache. He's gentle and wise, and he's not afraid of talking to people. So, let's see.
He goes into character as Gamache.
Ms. Nickel, have a seat. May I call you Lucy?
I guess.
Are you all right? You've been taking care of everyone else, but that's to be pretty hard on you.
He gets her some prop whiskey water.
As long as I'm focusing on others, I'm not thinking about the therapy I'll be needing later. I thought I'd seen it all working at this library, but I never saw a dead body before.
I'm sorry. I remember my first time. It changes you. Like a door opens that can never be shut again. But I have been impressed with your courage in the face of all of this.
Huh. Maybe I'm a natural-born stage manager, like Dory says.
I don't know. I'd say maybe you're natural-born police.
Heck no, I don't have that kind of courage.
Fear lives in the head, and courage lives in the heart. The job is to get one from one to the other, and you're helping me to bridge that gap.
Psh, you're every bit as capable as your heroes in those books.
No, as Gamache says, as I say, few things in the world are better than a room full of librarians. They're heroes. They're the keepers and the defenders of the written word.
No. What he said was, if you want murderous feelings, hang around librarians. All that silence gives them ideas.
So, tell me your ideas. Did somebody murder her?
At first, I was sure it was Steve, but I think that's because his character Walter is the murderer in our play, spoiler alert. But then Sheila... I don't want to be mean, but what was Sarah doing to her script? No judge would ever convict her. But then Dory's weird talk about the e-book burning, is that motive? And then Bill, well, that was just way too emotional. Hillary is the one who never even pretended to like Sarah, but she's not stupid, so... I don't know. What do you think? Wait, you can't tell me, I forgot. I'm a suspect, too.
Yes, but I know that you didn't do it.
Really? How do you know?
Because I saw you the whole time.
Well, you saw us all the whole time.
Yes, but I was looking at you.
When?
The whole time.
Oh.
They kiss.
Wow. Now Gamache is my favorite, too.
Hands down.
They start to embrace, but the others enter.
Hands down!
They quickly break apart.
Once more unto the breach, players, once more.
She puts the mask on the corpse.
Yes, yeah, let's do that. We have 10 minutes, quickly. Sally was standing there.
Wheel the body by the chair with the purse.
Rocky, you're here, Miss P there, and Wendy here. Let's take it from Walter's good night so we can get the body into sitting position.
Everyone standing by?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Rolling.
Good night, then. Sleep tight.
All right, it's finally just us. The old gang. Sit. Okay, everyone have drinks. I'll just sit. Right down. Ah, yes. There. Oh, come give me a hug, Kirk. Whoa. Okay, give me a... You too, Rocky. Ow. Yep.
They're trying to
Whoa,
help.
whoa, don't get fresh now. It's not that kind of party. Okay, that's it.
They try and transfer her to the chair.
Nope, that's not it.
The body's head droops to the table.
Oh, I'm so sleepy. Cheers to the old book club. Oh, where's my poison drink?
Dory
Oh,
leans
God.
to get the drink, but the body starts to fall to the right.
Oh no. See, I'm drunk already.
Bill
Whoa.
props the body up from the left.
Okay. Oh, God, this is awful. It's okay. No, look, I'm sleepy again. Okay. Bill, what are you doing? Oh, God, idiots, you're ruining my play.
Your play? They're ruining my play. You're just such a Moby Dick.
Indoor voices, please.
Dory hits him with Sarah's hand.
Hands are not for hitting.
He hits her back with Sarah's other hand.
Line? Is my hair okay? Line?
It's Bill's line.
Bill speaks to the dead body that's face down on the table.
What do you mean, man?
A ghost!
Oh, it's no use. The play is lost. All is lost.
Everybody reacts to this in their own way.
Oh, God.
Stop it! Stop! Officer Danny has something to say. Danny?
What?
Silence.
Me? Okay. We're not doing the play.
Oh, no.
Hey, come on. I am a police officer. I mean, did you think I was gonna let you all go weekend at Birdie's up in here with your little Frankenstein's monster thing? No. I mean, get real. I just needed time to solve the crime. You know, to find the murderer.
So did you?
Yeah, who done it?
Well, the murderer was...
He points at each suspect.
I am just not 100% sure, but there was a murderer, I believe.
It was Bill.
Me? Hillary did it.
Me? It had to be Sheila.
Liar! Dory did it herself. She's a catcher in the rye.
Lucy did it.
You denied it, you supplied it, Steve.
Quiet, the audience will hear you.
They go into a frantic whisper as the conflict escalates.
It was Danny. It was Sheila. I think it was not me.
What? Bill did it.
Tom Sawyer killed the Swiss Family Robinson.
4 minutes.
Bad actor. What?
How dare you?
Bill did it. Bad actor.
You idiot. 5 minutes to the show and you still don't know your lines?
I'm sorry, I can't metamorphify myself like Danny. Metamorphosize! Are you happy?
Well, I'm not happy. I feel like Gulliver from War and Peace. With everything
There's
just...
utter confusion. Everyone accuses each other of She takes off her glasses and the mask. She reaches into her purse for a bag of cheese. She watches them fight as if eating a movie and eating the cheesies, and then she joins in loudly.
I think you all murdered
I think Danny did it. Danny did it. What did Danny do?
Coffany stops. All eyes go to Sarah.
Sarah, you're alive?
Of course I'm alive. I'll never die. I'm having myself cryogenically frozen.
Are you all right? You gave us a fright.
You were unconscious.
What? No.
Yes, you were, you friggin' angel.
That explains the cotton mouth.
To be honest, we thought you were deceased.
Oh, you must have been so upset.
Heartbroken.
All we did was cry the whole time.
Well, what happened?
That's what we've been trying to figure out.
Someone must have said my trigger word, my trigger phrase.
Trigger what now?
My hypnotherapist warned me about this. Did somebody say metamorphosize 3 times?
I did, but only by accident.
Yeah. That puts me into a deep catatonic, chakrotic hypnosis. I should have told you that might happen.
Wait, does this mean we can perform the show?
No, I mean, unless we can. Danny, can we?
Well, I mean, no crimes were committed. I'll call and cancel the ambulance and Officer Burkham.
He calls.
1 minute to go. Sarah, do you feel up to doing the show?
Do I look all right?
She doesn't. She's got cheesies all over her face. And Steve says, gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Thank you, Sam.
Dory wipes the cheesies off of her face.
She's ready for her close-up, Mr. DeMille.
That's from the movies.
Danny hangs up the phone.
Let's do this.
Okay,
Any last words from the playwright?
Oh, it's been such an honor to see you all give so much of yourselves to bring this play to life. And all in the service of our library. It says we all still believe in two things: the power of the theatre and the power of the written word. Still thriving, still joyous, still two of the most transformative forces in the world.
Thank you. That was inspiring.
And remarkably coherent.
It puts me in the mind of Dr. Jekyll's famous speech to the Count of Monte Cristo. Gandalf, he says.
And that's showtime, Dory. Any last notes from the director?
The work is done. Now just have fun. Have fun.
Careful. Say that one more time and I will turn into a chicken.
Oh.
Well then, break a leg, everyone. Hillary, open the doors. Places, everyone, not you.
She says to Danny, and she gives him a great big kiss.
Okay, now you can go. Places, we've got a library to save.
They raise their arms in triumph and they freeze. Walter the lawyer comes forward and addresses the audience.
Thank you for coming to Murder by the Book, written by Laura Teasdale and sponsored by Louise Penny. You can stop freezing now.
Cut the freezing. Cut.
We have so enjoyed your laughter. It's so necessary right now. But you know what else is necessary? Libraries. And they really do need your help. Maybe you've already made a donation, thank you. But maybe you could also make another one on your way out. Just teasing. No, I'm not. But remind your friends to support the library, to especially if they're rich. Just kidding. No, I'm not. The richer, the better. In the immortal words of novelist and playwright John Byng, saying libraries aren't necessary now that there's so much information available elsewhere is like saying we don't need maps now that there's so many roads. Good night.
And sound cue number 28, curtain call music, and the actors bow.
The end.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much, Santiago. Thank you, Pamela.
Neat. Okay.